Your YouTube link is not working, not working.
Check again, see if it's working.
We miss you.
Video's not working.
Leave that seat.
Is the link on it? Because my brother in America says he can't get on.
No, now it is.
Try now. Practice working. Try get on. Let us know if you can't and you make a test. Let me know if you can't and I'll see what's going on. Yes. Granny, say hello to Carrie. Hello to Carrie. And Margaret. We'll speak to you soon, please, girl. I'll keep sending you photos. Of course. Of course. You're here with us. Bye. Bye. She was trying.
right.
Yeah, now we can meet. Yeah, they need you. Sorry. Alex, thank you. Did you get it? Oh, you know she didn't have the registration.
Beautiful blind. later.
Ja, andere Gruppe ist Hey. No, but that's like a public space. You only swap either way now?
Yeah. We'll walk down there. Everybody goes to the chair.
No, but then you just I'm trying to get
What do you want that for? The scholar.
Remembering Jerusalem.
David?
Can everybody please
Okay, let's go. Is that being broadcast throughout the world? All right. Martin, Kim and the boys, we wish you were here.
You didn't give me an option. No.
Do you want to take this or leave it here? Thank you.
You might have to walk unless you're walking down. I don't know.
Ja, cool. You can laugh at him. Yeah.
Gabby's ready. You look lovely.
Great.
Gabby!
You guys are good.
Whatever you do, I want to do.
I didn't have long.
The Kindle was brought down.
She said she was putting it over here somewhere. I see it.
Yes. If I could breathe a bit more.
Are you trying?
No, not at all.
Before?
Funny, I have a good idea.
There's plenty, there's a lot of
Say hello to all of our family and back in Yerushalayim, back in Eretz Yisrael. All right. And Dina's mother, Bobby, Mazel Tov, Pesach, and Tamima, and Chani, and Chaim, and Miriam, and Yeshua, and Batsheva, and Sruli, and Sippy, and Yitzi, and all the children. Mazal Tov, Mazal Tov. If I missed it, whoever I missed, you're included. Say one more. And to my brother Leonard and Alana and Efrat and Harold and Maureen and all of Dina's sisters and Nachi and Pnina and Mazel Tov. Thank you.
Shirei Hashem Elohei Yisroel Yemini Yemechoel Umismoili Gabriel Melfonai Oriel Umeyachoira Yerefoel Tialero Yishishchinaske Hashem Hashem Elohei Yisroel Yemini Yechoel Umismoili Gabriel Melfonai Oriel Umeyachoira
Mazel Tov. Wonderful Kale circled her chosin 7 times. I've directed them to stand facing not only the holy city, not only Eretz Yisrael, Yerushalayim, Beis HaMikdash, and as we go building a new home, a new Evan, a new stone in the Beis HaMikdash, which will soon be built, please God. We start off with Lucas Harrison. Lucas Harrison. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boirei peri hagofen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kedeshanu b'mitzvah yisod v'tzivanu al harayos v'osolanu es harusos v'hitilanu es hanesuos lanu al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Right, no chuppah is complete without a ring. Do we have one of those? We have a ring? Yeah. And we need 2 eidim.
Rabbi Zaltzai Martin Elvi on Mechubad with Eidei Kiddushin.
Chazalza, Martin Elvi will be the only Adim on the Kedushin. And take a look at the ring, please. You need to check that it's always put this to make it on the floors. Okay, so now we have to put out the index finger on the right hand. And what you will do is you will say the words. It would be nice. As long as you can hear it directly, well, that's fine. And then once you said it, you put it on the finger for the purpose of Kiddushin in the honors of the Adam.
הרי את מקודשת לי וטבעת זו כדת משה וישראל.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Thank you very much.
Rabbi Nassel is in the Chubad with reading the Ksuv in Hebrew, and Mr. Harvey Nassel is in the Chubad with reading it in English.
Hebrew is one thing, but it's in Aramaic. If I make any mistakes, please let me know. Stark Ksuva, B'Simon Tov, B'Mazel Tov, B'Ezras Hashem Yisborach, B'Revi B'Shabbos, 25 יום לחודש ניסן שנת 5,781 בבריאת העולם למין שאנו מונים כאן סנטון בדרום אפריקה איך רב אלחנן יוחנן ורב קלמן זאב הכהן למה לה להד בסולטה יעל לאה בס רב אליהו הבליל אינטו כדס מוישה בישראל Vana Eflach Oiki Reizun Farnes Yaisaiki Laichi Gehilchus Gubrin Yudoin the Balchin Moikrin the Zalim of Farnesin and the Sheo the Kushta the Yaivna Laichi Moab the Laichi Kesef Zuze Matan the Chazi Laichi the Raisa and Mizonaichi the Chisvosaichi the Sibukaichi and Yael the Vosaichi Koeda Kol Ada of Tzavis Maras Yael Leah the Sulta Do for Havas led into V'dain nedunya na'alas lei mibei avua bein bekesef bein bezav bein betchitin b'mani de levusho b'mishimush diro v'shimush de arso hakol kibel olav Reb Elchanan Yochanan HaKohen chatan denan b'me'ez skukim kesef tzoruf v'tzavi Reb Elchanan Yochanan HaKohen chatan denan v'hoisif lo min delay oid me'ez skukim kesef tzoruf Acherim Kenegdan Sach Hakol 200 skukim kesed tzoruf V'kach Amar Reb Elchanan Yochanan HaKohen Chasan Danan Achrei Shtar Ksuf Tedah Nedunya Dein V'tosef Tedah Kabbalis Alai V'al Yarsei Basrai L'hispora Mikol Shvar Ereg Nichsin V'kinyoni D'isli T'chois Kol Shmaya V'de Knai V'de Asid Ana L'mikni Nichsin die Islahon achrais, und der Leislahon achrais, Kulhon Jehoin achroin, Arvoin, Lifroin, min Hoin, stark gesucht da, der Dunja Dein, der Tosefte da, Minai, Vafilu min Glimmer, der Alt Tefai, Bechaya, und Wasserchaya, min Yomet Denan, und Alma, und Olam, Vachrai, stark gesucht da, der Dunja Dein, der Tosefte da, Kibel Alav, Harav Elchanan, Yochanan HaKohen, Chasan Denan, the Chomer Kol Shtere Ksuvas v'Toseftus, the Nahagin B'Bnois Israel, Ha'asuyin Tikun Chachmein Zichronim Levrocha, the Loka Asmachta, the Lo Ketov Seshta the Shtare, the Kanina Min Harav Elchanan Yochanan, Ben Reb Kalman Zev HaKohen, Chasan Danan, Lemaras Yoel Leah, Bas Reb Eliyahu, Sultado, the Cholma the Kosov Mefurish L'Eil, the Mana the Kashel Maknia Bay, Hakol Shari Vakayim, Noam, Avraham ben Beryl Halevi Hope, Aid, Neum, Ari Avraham Slesky, Aid. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
On the 4th day of the week of the 25th day of the month of Nisan, in the year 5781, corresponding to the 7th of April 2021, in Sandton, South Africa, the groom, Yochanan Katz, said to the bride, Yael Leah Dinah, be my wife according to the statutes of Moses and Israel, and I will work for, esteem, feed and support you. I hereby obligate myself to an amount of 200 zuzim, the value of the ketubah, and I'll provide for your food, clothing, necessities, and all your marital rights according to the accepted custom. And the bride willingly agreed to become his wife. The groom accepted responsibility in the sum of 100 zekukim for the dowry, which the bride brought into the marriage. The groom further agreed to add from his own assets an additional 100 zekukim to the above amount, totaling 200 zekukim. The groom said, the obligation of this ketubah, this dowry, additional sum, I accept upon myself and my heirs after me. The obligation of this ketubah, this dowry, and this additional sum was accepted by the groom and is legally binding like all legal documents. The groom has performed an halachic acquisition to this effect, and all shall be valid and binding. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Ask the chassan to give the ksubah to Yael to give it on to the mother. Can you repeat that in English? A few words from the proud uncle. Anybody who has a seat is welcome to take it. I'm delighted to officiate at this gathering today. Firstly, because I see that it's not a medical emergency. Baruch Hashem. Secondly, because I know the Kala Yael and her family very well as I know my own family. And thirdly, because I have checked into our chassan Yochanan, and on careful examination, I found not only are his halachic parameters in order, and his character impeccable, but he is apyrexial, normotensive, and his sinus rhythm. Rabbi Shimon says, there are 3 crowns. The crown of Torah, the crown of kahuna, priesthood, and the crown of kingship. Wow. How proud Rabbi Shimon would be of today's simcha. How beautifully all 3 crowns are represented right here. Firstly, the crown of Torah. 2 Torah families coming together. The Katzes and the Dinahs. And both families are lovers of Torah, are learners of Torah, are guided by Torah, and are devoted to Torah. Secondly, the crown of kahuna, of priesthood. How amazing it is to have the chassan and his family bear the status of kohanim, and the title of katz, no less, which stands for, I'm sure you know, Kohen Tzedek, which means a righteous Kohen. The Kohanim have been singled out to be the inspirational and pious facilitators of a close and devoted relationship between Hashem, between God and his people. To think that amongst all the ancestors that are said to come up to observe the chuppah of their descendants is Aaron HaKohen himself. What a tremendous thing this is for us all. And thirdly, the crown of kingship. I could say that the diners, by mere fact that they are Yehudim, Jews are associated with the tribe of Yehuda, and therefore royalty. I could also say that they have been involved in catering for the needs of the Jewish people for many years, which is of course the task of Jewish kings and queens, to cater for the needs of the Jewish people. And for those who might think that that's pushing it a bit, I'll have to pull something out of my bag. A true bit of family history that has it that a wonderful Kala Yael, through her maternal grandmother, where your mom? Through her maternal grandmother, is a direct descendant of the Chochem Tzvi, who in turn is said to be a descendant of Rashi, who in turn is a descendant of David HaMelech. So visiting this very special chuppah next to Aaron HaKohen is David HaMelech. We welcome them both to this most amazing simcha, where the crown of Torah, the crown of priesthood, and the crown of royalty have come together. But when Rabbi Shimon taught us that there are three crowns, he didn't end his teaching there. He continued, V'keser shem tov oile al gabehen, and the crown of a good name rises on their backs. What's going on over here? Rabbi Shimon himself taught us that there are three crowns. How can he himself go on to say that there's a fourth one? And what is this fourth crown of a good name? And why does it rise on their backs? The answer, I think, is an important one. And it goes as follows. There is no fourth crown. There are indeed only three. Rabbi Shimon knew how to count. But each of the three crowns can be considered a crown either without or with a good name. It's possible to have a crown of Torah without a good name. The same with the crown of priesthood, and so too with a crown of royalty. What is it that determines whether these three crowns get a good name or not? I think it depends on the way each crown is worn. If these crowns are worn as symbols of what we have been given, they are without a good name. But if they are worn as symbols of what we can give, then on the back of these very crowns, we become caring, we become contributors, we become great, and the crowns get a good name. Our very special Chosen, Rabbi Yochanan, as well as his amazing family, has shown themselves to not only have the crown of priesthood, but they have given it a good name. What can I tell you? I'm only the uncle of the bride, and my daughters living in Israel have been showered with the most amazing kindness, thoughtfulness, care and generosity by Dina and Jordan and the Katz family. As for Yochanan, in the short time that I've known him, about him, it's clear to me that he's kind, gentle, caring, and giving. A true mensch. Yochanan blew our entire family away when, from Israel, he called up Yael's grandmother to introduce himself. Seeing that she's from the royal line, she bestowed knighthood upon him on the spot. From then on, it was pronounced that Sir Yochanan Katz should be his name. The entire Katz family have endeared themselves to all who have come into contact with them. And I know how happy and blessed Yael feels to become part of such true Kohanim Tzaddikim. We are delighted that Bat Zion and Shulamit were able to be here to represent their siblings and the extended Katz family. We look forward to being able to celebrate in person with Yochanan's other siblings. And here they are, Pesach and Tamima, and their children, Shira, Miriam, Elisheva, Chaim, Tehillah, Chani and Chaim, and their children, Mordechai, Miriam, Elisha, Moshe, and Tzvi, Tzipi and Yitzi, Miriam and Yoshua, Batsheva and Sruli. And I can't go without mentioning the uncles and aunts, Leonard and Ilana, Harold and Maureen, Sarah and Yoel, Yocheved and Eliyahu, Nachum and Penina, and all the cousins who so much wanted to come and be part of this. And Achron Chaviv, to Yochanan's grandmother, Rachel Eilberg, who, of course, we acknowledge her as well. Our majestic and magnificent color, Yael, is the crown jewel of the family. That's if we permitted any favoritism. And if not, well, she's still the crown jewel. Errol and Jenny have always played a central role in caring for the broader family. As their first child, Yael brought joy, life, warmth, care, and blessing to them and to us all. And she hasn't stopped doing so ever since. Super talented, super capable, super helpful, and super needed. Yael makes herself admired and adored by all who know her. From Jenny's side, it may be said that her grandparents, the king and the queen of the Nossel family, admire her royally and have instilled in her the ability to be not the heir to the throne, but to its heir. She's a devoted daughter to Jenny and Errol and great supporter of her siblings, all of whom are fortunately here today. Not as a full house, but as a royal flush. Yoni and Ruth, Penina and Eli, Gabs and Bensi, Yaakov, Naphtali, and Daniela. All of Yael's relatives on both the Nossel and Dinah sides admire her tremendously. I know Yael would have liked me to make individual mention of all her relatives near and far, but a royal edict has precluded me from doing so. Suffice to mention, on the Dinah side, Melanie, David, Mark and Steph, Adam and Gabby, Shira and all the kids. And on the Nossel side, Martin and Kerry, Simcha and Yuda, and the Nossel cousins in Israel and in Australia. I have to say that Auntie Melanie, who, unable to get onto a flight from Australia, no doubt arrived at the shores of the Indian Ocean and is waiting for the Australian authorities to allow her to jump into the waters. Auntie Kerry didn't have to wait for the American authorities, and she's about 3 miles into the Atlantic Ocean. Joining Aaron Cohen and David Amelech as spectators from above are Yochanan and Yael's very beloved forebearers, Yochanan's father's parents, Chaim and Miriam Katz, and his mother's father, Pesach Zelig Eilberg, and Yael's Baba, Helen Dinah. I'm sure they are giving tremendous nachas today. Yochanan and Yael, I have no doubt whatsoever that you will take all these crowns that you have been given, and now, together as Sir Yochanan HaKohen and Dame Yael Katz, you will imbue those crowns with your talents and your tenderness, with your loyalty and your love, with your genius and your generosity. And through the beautiful home that you will build together, you will bestow upon them a good name. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Harav Zal says Mechubad with the first two Sheva Brachas.
Baruch ato Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boirei peri hagafen. Baruch ato Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol Baralit Vaidai.
Yaakov Dana, brother of the Kala, is mechuvad with the third Sheva Bracha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yoitzer
Eli Berko is mechuvad with the fourth Sheva Bracha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yotzer es ha'adam v'tzalmo v'tzelem v'demostav nisa iskin lo mimenu binyan hadayad Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam.
Naftali Dana, brother of the Kala, is mechuvad with the first Sheva Bracha.
Sasis v'sagala kara v'kius panel l'seicha v'simcha Baruch atah Adonai v'sameach Zion v'vanea. Amen.
Mr. Harvey Nussel, grandfather of the Kala, is mechuvad with the sixth Sheva Bracha.
Yishamayach ha'samayim ha'achurim Yishamayach Yisracha Began Eden Mekedem Baruch atah Adonai Mesameach Hasan v'chala. Amen.
Brother of the Kala, mechuvad Bracha Christo, final bracha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Baruch atah Adonai mesameach osoni makalo.
No chuppah and no Jewish simcha is complete without remembering Beis Hamikdash, Yerushalayim should be rebuilt in Harabi Aleinu Aleinu.
Senegal.